You're standing in front of a room. Someone says your name, and before you've even decided how to feel, heat rises up your neck, spreads across your cheeks, and settles into your ears. You didn't choose this. You can't stop it. And the harder you try to hide it, the worse it gets. It seems like such a small thing. A little color in the face. But blushing is one of the strangest reactions in the entire animal kingdom, and for over a century, it quietly puzzled one of the most famous scientists who ever lived. Charles Darwin called it the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. Not fear, not anger, not joy. Blushing. Because unlike almost every other emotional reaction we have, blushing seems to serve no survival purpose at all. It doesn't help you run from danger. It doesn't help you fight. If anything, it does the opposite of what you'd want in a stressful moment. It draws attention to you when you least want to be noticed. So why would evolution build a reaction that seems to work against us? To understand it, you have to look at what's actually happening beneath your skin. When you feel embarrassed, your brain's amygdala, the region tied to threat and emotional intensity, fires a signal through your nervous system. That signal releases adrenaline, which causes the blood vessels in your face to widen. Unlike vessels elsewhere in your body, the ones in your cheeks are unusually sensitive to this chemical. They dilate fast and close to the surface of thin facial skin that extra blood becomes visible almost instantly. Here's the part that surprises most people. You have far less control over this than you do over almost any other physical reaction. You can slow your breathing, you can steady your hands, but you cannot consciously stop a blush once it starts. It bypasses the part of your brain responsible for willpower entirely. And that, some researchers argue, might actually be the point. Blushing may not be a malfunction, it may be a signal, an honest one. In social situations, humans are constantly trying to figure out who can be trusted. Someone who can fake an apology, fake a smile, or fake sincerity is, in a strange way, dangerous to a group. But a blush can't be faked. It's involuntary, visible, and immediate. When you blush after making a mistake, you are unconsciously broadcasting something no words could prove as convincingly. I know I did something wrong, and I feel it. This idea is sometimes called the remedial theory of blushing. The notion that it evolved not to protect the individual, but to protect the group by signaling social awareness and appeasement. A visible blush can soften how others see a mistake. Studies have shown that people who blush after an embarrassing moment are often judged more favorably than people who show no reaction at all. The redness becomes a kind of apology, delivered before a single word is spoken. But here's where it gets even stranger. Blushing doesn't only happen when you've made a mistake. It can happen from a compliment, from being watched, from simply being the center of attention, good or bad. Some psychologists believe this points to something deeper, that blushing isn't really about guilt or shame specifically, but about self-consciousness itself. The moment you become aware that others are evaluating you, your body responds, regardless of whether that evaluation is positive or negative. There's also a physical detail that adds to the mystery. Humans are the only species known to blush, not chimpanzees, not any other primate. As far as scientists can tell, we may be the only animals on Earth capable of this particular kind of involuntary self-exposure. Some researchers connect this to something uniquely human, our advanced capacity to imagine how we appear in someone else's mind. To blush, you don't just need blood vessels near the surface of your skin. You need the ability to picture yourself being watched. So the next time your face grows warm, at the worst possible moment, at the moment you most want to disappear, consider what's actually happening. It isn't a flaw in the system. It isn't weakness. It's one of the oldest forms of communication your body knows how to speak, and it's telling the people around you something words alone never could. Maybe that's the real reason it can't be controlled. Some truths were never meant to be hidden.